Okay, one of the things that I've thought about a lot, and I've struggled with this at times, and maybe you're thinking about it as well. Like, how do I know when to step into it? How do I know when to talk? How do I know when I'm done listening now, and now maybe it's time to maybe speak into a moment? And that's gonna. I can't give you the exact. All I can say is this: is there some things that you need to know. Number one, understand that your sharing of the gospel with this person is probably not the first time God's been at work in their life for them to hear this. More than likely, they've heard it before. But even if they haven't, God's been at work in their life. So know that like you're not breaking new ground with them. God's already breaking ground in their hearts, okay? And preparing them for this moment. He knew about this moment well before. So have boldness there. Have boldness that you've been sent as an ambassador to this person by the king, right? He's given you, he has all authority, and he sent you, and he's with you. That's the Great Commission. And so be encouraged by that. Take heart in that. Take heart that the Holy Spirit works even with the worst gospel presentations in the world. I've had some times where I thought I've nailed it, and you know what? It wasn't the time for them. And there's been times where I thought I did poorly, and it clicked for them. That's the Holy Spirit working. I'm a conduit for that. I'm a vehicle, but at the end of the day, this is about God working in their life. And so that's really important for you to know. But as far as bridging those conversations, this is where you just look for opportunities. It's nothing crazy. You can, as you listen to their story and you hear their things, maybe you begin to make some plans in your head of, hey, you know what, next time we talk about that, maybe I'll kind of step into and ask this question. I think that's this is my method, okay? It's just ask questions. Asking questions. And you can even be blunt and bold and just say, you know what? Hey, where are you at with Jesus? I love you and I'm praying for you and I want to know. You can do it that way. It could be questions about maybe their worldview and some things they're saying, or, and there's ways to do it. Don't feel like you have to say it all either, right? And sometimes speaking up isn't the time, and that's where you just have to ask. And this is where if you're praying this through, the Holy Spirit's going to work through those things, okay? And you're going to be sensitive to that. And that's where you want to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit's working in that moment and in that conversation. And it is going to take, though, it's going to take a bold step for you just to do it. And sometimes, like I said, it may just be simply as, hey, where are you at with Jesus? I've been praying for you about this and I want to know. And sometimes it is, maybe there are some subtle questions you can ask, which then lead to further conversations. And I have stories of that. Maybe we'll share later. It's just some different conversations. But there's lots of strategies, lots of tips. But at the end of the day, listen, this has to be a work of God. This has to begin with prayer. It has to be a labor of love on your part. And then it's going to take some boldness. But at the end of the day, this is God's work and you get to be a part of it. I look forward to hearing about what God's doing.